Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
blow away because the wind is starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
Hey. Here we go. Look who it is, man. Double P in the house.
How you doing?
Look, you know that. Did you feel that shake, man? Can I teach you a new shake real quick, Pablo?
I don't know if I'm gonna remember it.
You're gonna be like, dude, this is the dumbest thing. Let me make sure my audio is working first as we welcome everybody in here in just a minute. All right, here's the new shake. All right, you go like this. You just did it like that's. No one does that anymore, right?
I'm a kid from the 70s.
But you do this, though. You do this, and then you snap.
My fingers are.
And then you do that, you snap, and then you come back like that. And that's pretty legit, dude. It's that pop.
I feel like I've seen that in the 70s.
It would be a 70s type, but it's got like that good, legit smack to it, right?
Yeah.
So that's how we're going to start the show this morning. So we're going to reach out. I can't even do it like in the air. You reach out, you snap it, and then you pull it back. And there you go. I don't even know what we're talking about, Pablo. So the old snap pullback. Welcome in. Here we go. Welcome in on a thankful. It's finally Thursday. Friday's tomorrow. This is a positive show, Pablo. I don't want to start off on a negative jump, but I just don't get excited about Friday. I'm not like, oh, it's Friday. Maybe when I was younger, because dude, I'm sitting here spitting everywhere, man.
It's on your chin.
Yeah, is it really? Oh no, there we go. All right, man. I had like some chocolate milk earlier today. No, man, like when you're younger, it's all like, oh, I get off the bus, I'm going to go do this and that. And then you look forward to the whole weekend. And then Sunday comes around, you're like, oh, I got to go back to school. And then when you get to be an adult, it's like the Friday doesn't have that pizzazz that it used to have if you work on Saturday. Are you working Saturdays sometimes?
I work Saturdays. Saturdays are my Fridays. And I do get excited about my Saturdays.
See, Saturdays are your day then, right?
I still do. I treat it like a Friday, but I still get excited about Fridays because I'm like, yeah, I get to take a nap.
That's like a golden thing now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's everything that you hated as a child, you love as an adult. Snack time, naps, watching the news.
All right, friends, that's where we're going this morning. Text us. Don't text us. Just put it in the chat this morning. What are some things that you as an adult absolutely hated as a child, but now you love as an adult?
Broccoli.
That's a good one.
I love broccoli. And I hated it as a kid.
For me, tomatoes. I love tomatoes, man. You were right on the nail about the nap.
Mm-hmm.
Naps.
Priceless.
100%. Sleeping in.
Oh, man. You know what, dude?
I didn't do a lot of that as a child, though.
I did as a kid, but now, even when I want to, I'm like dead tired. And I'm thinking, ooh, tomorrow I'm going to sleep in. 6:35, I wake up and I'm like, oh, come on.
Here's some that are right here. All right. They're already coming in this morning. Let's do our intro. Welcome in. Thursday as we get started here on a kind of a muggy, rainy morning this Thursday morning. I had little showers come through, and rain's going to remain in the forecast throughout most of the day. Skies will gradually clear a little bit later on this afternoon. Temps right now in the upper 50s. We're going to get into the low to mid 70s a little later today. We are here on episode 237 as we continue on your Thursday. Big thank you as always to Paul Oley. Paul, we love you, man. Thank you for helping us with this space. And a big special shout out to our good friend Elliot Herzlich of Elliot's Jewelers and online at elliotsjewelers.com for his support and helping us as well with the financial part of this studio. And of course, as always, on a thankful Thursday, our great friends from the Color Bar Thursday is what it should be. Not thankful, but just the Color Bar Thursday. And it's always good to catch up with our good friend Pablo Perez, double P in the house. If you're in another country, it could be Pablo, I heard. Or is that right? Without the B.
Yeah, it's with a V, like Victor.
Pablo. Just think about that. If you're getting romance, Pablo.
But you even think about Pablo's dog, right?
Pablo
in Russian.
What is that?
I think that's the dude that beheaded a dog and then energized it to keep it alive. It was a Russian science experiment to see if you could keep body parts animated, I guess. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. My brain went somewhere else.
Pablo's already at it this morning, so there you go, man. This is why you need to go check this out. I mean this in the most serious, fun way, though. Pablo is a really cool guy. I've really enjoyed, Pablo, getting to know you these last few months. That's why we have you guys on, different stylists here with us every Thursday. And you and I have some really fun conversations off camera. I'm kind of a science geek, and I love keeping up to date with space. And I was just asking you about the solar eclipse. And I was like, man, are you excited about that? And you said you were more excited about something else coming up.
About the solar storm.
Yeah. And that's happening now, right?
It's we're in the solar maximus. So I guess it lasts until like October, I think. But every 11 years, the sun shifts its poles. And so we've already had 2 solar flares that sort of knocked out internet for a little bit, or some phone services. Yeah. I don't know if the AT&T thing was a result.
That's what it was.
Maybe. Because I know that it wasn't just AT&T. It was a lot of phone service companies. But the next one is supposed to be a storm that takes out the internet from anywhere from a couple of days to they're projecting maybe even up to as much as 6 months. I don't know. Don't quote me on that again. I'm just a dude that gets a little bit of information and runs with it.
Yeah, there you go. So, no, it's cool to think about those things too, though. And I remember when I was growing up, the first time I ever heard of a solar flare, and I was watching one of those like doomsday documentaries. Mm-hmm. What if? And it was like on the Science Channel. Actually, it's probably PBS because we didn't have all that fancy cable growing up. We had antennas and PBS.
Well, you know how they say
it was scary, man.
You know how they say "what if," right?
Yeah.
Well, this projection they're saying is like 100%. No what ifs. It's when. And I'm like, okay. So me and my girlfriend were like, you know what? Maybe for the next few months we're gonna be asset rich instead of digital bank rich, because if you don't have your internet, you don't have any way of getting into your bank, your digital currency. And then what are you going to do now? So I always like to just get all my stuff analog, all my music stuff, get it all ready. Everything can be worked on offline and just, kind of have something to do. But I'm a kid from the 70s too. So I'm used to reading a book. I can entertain myself without the internet. I'm barely on the internet now.
I just noticed something, Pablo. Like, you've never even pulled out a phone when you're in here. I've never seen you on a phone ever.
I kind of get in trouble for it too, because they're like, hey, we need, digital marketing or something, push yourself. And I'm like, I'll get right on it. And then, we
push it for you here on Hello Huntsville.
Yeah, Pablo. I have 4 posts on my Facebook, and one of them is from Christmas. So that tells you how.
And it was from Christmas 2006 when Facebook first launched. It was my Facebook back then or whatever. So, no, it was called the Facebook when it first launched. I think on the campus of Harvard with Mark Zuckerberg.
I bet.
The Facebook. I remember that, and I'll never forget.
I thought it was called the college Facebook, right?
Might have been.
Yeah, I think the college Facebook. Because I remember when
it was only for college students.
Yeah, I remember when it first came out, and then I was a bartender in Austin, and I worked right across the street from UT, and people were like on their thing, and I said, "Is that Friendster?" This is how long ago it was.
I remember Friendster.
Yeah. And I said, "Is that Friendster or MySpace?" And they're like, "No, it's college Facebook." And I'm like, "What's that?" And they're like, "Oh, it's just for students to interact with each other." And I'm like,
I found my old MySpace profile the other day, and I was able to log into it, but half the data's gone.
I wasn't able to log into mine because mine was a Hotmail account, and they got rid of Hotmail, and I was like, You
remember? I'll never forget. This is kind of cool. We're just bannering on here this morning, having a recollection. A throwback Thursday, if you will.
There you go.
I'll never forget when the first person I ever heard told me their email address was Hotmail, and I thought it was something bad.
Oh yeah.
like Hotmail. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, right? I was like, man, why has this lady got a Hotmail address? I didn't know what it was, man.
My mom was the first one to have a
Questionable.
Hotmail, and I was just like, Mom, your bills aren't that bad.
Yeah, she's like, son, can you email me? What is it? Mama Pablo at hotmail.com. Whoa, mom, hold up. My cousin had it before Hotmail. It's called Rocket Mail back in the day too.
Oh,
which is
yeah.
really crazy.
Or
So,
AOL, mail at AOL,
Yeah.
or something like that.
fun days back. And before all of that, Pablo, now that you got me on this train, I love talking about old technology. The coolest thing I ever had, I'll never forget, before the World Wide Web, which Al Gore didn't invent, by the way. Everybody wants to give him credit. That guy doesn't know anything about any of that stuff. He was just a politician that knew how to write a bill and flip a switch. But you see, you notice a little, and there was no political sideness there. We don't get political on this show. I just get frustrated. Like, perfect example is someone said, give Michael Dell credit. The guy was smart, obviously. But they make it sound like he came from this real tough upbringing and didn't have the resources. And his daddy was a dentist, already making tons of money. Mama had some money. It wasn't like he had to go out and scrounge and dig ditches and go find buried treasure to get where he's at. I mean, but he did work. He did work hard, obviously. But I met a guy one time that told me that this kid was like 18 or 19, comes rolling up in a brand new BMW at a storage unit one time. And he starts unloading all these boxes. And this guy asked him, like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I sell computers. It's called PCs Limited. That's how Dell started, way back in this PCs Limited. And his book was kind of misleading because it said something about he started with like $1,000, but that was like the legal fees to get your business started. PCs Limited was already making some money. But he told him, he's like, yeah, I sell computers and, I'm doing them out of my garage and my parents and all this kind of stuff. And would later find out that BMW, I believe, came from newspaper subscriptions. He got in trouble. Michael Dell got in trouble because a teacher had asked him. This was a story I heard. Again, go fact check it. But a teacher was upset at him because he basically told her that I was making more than you selling newspaper subscriptions. The teacher got kind of upset about that. Like, don't talk down to me. And he wasn't. He was just stating a fact. And he was so smart that he realized when new couples got married, that was public information. And so new couples wanted to know what was going on in their town. So he'd go to the local clerk, get all of the new wedding records, and he would sell newspaper subscriptions to them. I was like, that's pretty smart. And so he made enough money, had this nice car, started PCs Limited. And this guy, back to the storage unit part of the business that I was talking about, he's like, yeah, you should come work with me. And the guy's like, no, I don't think so. This computer stuff's not for real. And then look what happened. The guy said, yeah, it was Michael Dell, man. And I was like, can you imagine? And maybe that's the inspiration this morning, friends, and why we always try to lift you up and encourage you here on this show. Hear people out sometimes. Don't just dismiss. I mean, you got to be guarded, right, Pablo? You have to be guarded, but do your own research. Don't rely on the internet, but do your research and start networking with people. And if you hear of an opportunity, I mean, sometimes if it's too good to be true, it probably is. But at the same token, don't dismiss anyone. I was telling you a story off before we started about a former worker of mine, my employee, great guy, one of the best employees we had when I had my IT company. In 2010, he had all this stuff hooked up to his computer. And I was like, what are you doing? He's mining Bitcoin. Bitcoin, what is that? And I told him it was garbage. I said, dude, that stuff's going to be hacked. I don't even know how it's for real. Nobody's ever going to put money. And dude had like 20,000 of those things. Well, 20,000 times $75,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Apparently he sold it when it hit 5 cents back in the day. He said, don't ever ask me about that again. But see, I didn't take time to fully understand what he was talking. Even though I was immersed in technology, I wasn't immersed in this cryptocurrency stuff back then. And I should have sat there and listened to him more. But you also can't have regrets, right?
Yeah. And you got to think that it just, what's right for somebody isn't always right for you. So if you didn't jump on it, it could have been a missed opportunity, but it also could have been an opportunity that led to a not so great opportunity, because you don't want to get something. And then let's say you did invest and you're like, yeah, I'm rolling in it. And then everything crashes and you're like, so you experience the gain, but you also experience the loss. And you just sidestepped that and didn't have to experience the loss. You know what I mean?
And when you get up early in the morning, you work hard and you do what you enjoy every day, you don't miss anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you're heavy on the music stuff too, man. How's that going, by the way, the music production?
It's good. I released, I want to say it was last week, but it was probably the week before. I released a single 2 weeks ago. Just in time for my girlfriend's birthday.
Was it dedicated to her?
Pretty much. Pretty much anything I write about love, it's dedicated to her because it's inspiring, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Love that, man.
you know, and I always used to tell my younger musician friends, like, people can always spot a lie, and don't fall into trends. I was like, write what you know, and if it doesn't matter if it's, if it's, crass or whatever, tongue in cheek, if you know it, write about it, because when you write about things you don't know, people see through that, and it's like people our age aren't going to believe a 15-year-old singing about heartbreak, right? Because you're like, what? That's, that is one of many, kid, get over it. So
Yeah, it's like I watch these America's Got Talent and stuff, and there's and I'm not hating. I mean, I think it's cool that some of these children, like 10, 11 years old, have this amazing talent, but some of them are singing about heartbreak, and I'm like,
yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, you can't, you see right through it, and you're like, okay, well, that's that, whatever. But I don't know, write what you know, stick with it, and everything always falls into place.
People can think what they want about this guy, but you hit the nail on the head, when it comes to music and writing, because you said that people can sniff out when you're making up stuff. And, I used to listen to a lot of country music growing up, and you could always sense like the guys who just sang the twang, that makes sense, because it's like, that's the cool thing to do.
Like the Australian country singers, you're like, wait a minute, why is this guy singing with a Tennessee accent? That doesn't make sense to me, right? And then it throws you off. It's sort of like uncanny valley. You can tell when someone's not being authentic and maybe just doing it. Now, there's nothing wrong with loving what they do and then showing a tribute, but don't build a career off of a tribute.
Well, it's thinking of like guys like George Strait. Look how, all the #1 albums and singles that he's had, because he sings about life experiences. Talks about growing up on the Frio River in Concan, Texas, outside of Pearsall. And that's where George spent his life growing up when he was younger, was in Pearsall, Texas. And that's in Frio County, the Frio River. And he sang about that. But I was thinking of this guy when you mentioned earlier about being real and singing about life. And one of the dudes that did it, I didn't listen to a lot of his music. Obviously, growing up during that time, I listened to some of it because it was a thing to do when you're young, right? You wanted to, you always had to do that thing to kind of feel like, oh, I'm part of it. It was Eminem. Eminem sang about what he dealt with, and the guy skyrocketed because of that. That
dude not only sung about what he knew, but my God, you did not want to get into a beef with him because he would annihilate you. I mean, that dude knew every word from expensive to cheap. He was just a lyrical genius, and he could do it right off the top of his head. I can make little rhymes and little funny things off of other people's songs, but it's tongue in cheek and it makes no sense, right? That dude could lyrically piece together something that would just pierce you to the core with one sentence and off the top of his head, just boom. And you could either make you reconsider what you're doing or encourage you to do better, right? It's like, man, maybe I should put this mic down.
You're talking about this, and like my mid-20s freestyle rapping starting to go in my head again. I've done it a long time, but you were saying like tongue in cheek, and I can see through it. It's not oblique. All these words start popping into my head because of what Pablo said.
Yeah.
And I'm alive, not dead. But today it's green. I'm not wearing red, so it's all good, man.
See? You got it.
Pablo, I wanted to present you with something that you'll never wear, but you're a button guy. And this is just a memento from your friends at Hello Huntsville, Pablo.
Appreciate it.
It's not a cool one. It's not a cool button, but Pablo Perez will appreciate this. I wanted to present you with the Hello Huntsville button that you can take home, look at it for 5 seconds, and in a couple of days when you're cleaning up stuff, you can throw it away. But I just wanted to give it to you for now, Pablo.
I'll put it on my station.
So
people be like, "What's that?" I'm like, "It's just a show I do every once in a while."
I'm kind of a known celebrity here in Huntsville, but I keep it on the DL. So
my fame smells of warm Corinthian leather. Thank you very much.
Well, we got a lot to talk about this morning. We'll get to some events happening. We'll talk more about the Color Bar. We're also going to have a giveaway today. And I think I'm going to go back to cash today. So $20 will be coming your way. I'll give you instructions on how you can enter to win $20 today as well. And I'll tell you what, I've got some stuff from the Color Bar. I've got some coupons. So maybe I'll throw together a little swag bag for you as well. So we got a swag bag with some Color Bar goodies in there. And also $20 coming your way through Hello Huntsville. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. What's it the National Day of? We'll have that in a little bit as well. And then some things going on at the Color Bar. There's a extension a cell extension for something going on. And we'll mention that. Saw it on social a little bit earlier this week. And I apologize, man. I ate kolache. Yeah, I can't even think. I ate a kolache a while ago, and that kolache is like right here in the esophagus right now. So
it's like deciding should I stay or should I go?
Yeah. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about all those things that I mentioned. Also, maybe a cat story. Can we bring up a cat story when we come back?
Yeah, it's not a good one.
We have a cat story for you on the other side when we come back. Something that you may have thought would never happen. Well, it happened. And we'll tell you about it here in a moment. All you got to do to win that $20 in that swag bag is text in the keyword. It is bright on our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. Big shout out to Randy Thompson of Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine. He's got an awesome food trailer. Do you like Cajun Asian? Have you ever had Cajun Asian, by the way?
Not Cajun Asian.
Man, it's good.
But moving here from New Orleans, I've definitely had the aforementioned Cajun.
Well, Randy has taken the Cajun side, threw in the Asian side. It is I don't even know how to say it, man.
It makes sense because of the spices.
It's good.
Yeah.
So go by and see him. He's down here on University. Really awesome little food trailer right down the street, right before you hit 11th Street at the corner of University and 11th. Go and see him today. But text in the keyword BRIGHT. $20 coming your way on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. BRIGHT with your name to 936-339-0139. As always, our shows every Thursday on a Color Bar Thursday, brought to you by the Color Bar. They are your neighborhood hair salon. We'll be back with Pablo in a few moments. Stay with us. More to come as we got to listen at your national news. Word from our sponsors. This is your show. It's Good Morning Huntsville.
USA News. I'm Ryan Daniels. With inflation still higher than its key benchmark, U.S. interest rates are staying the same for now. USA's John Schaefer.
The Federal Reserve has decided to keep interest rates stable, said Chair Jerome Powell.
They haven't really changed the overall story, which is that of inflation moving down gradually on a sometimes bumpy road toward 2%. I don't think that story has changed.
Nevertheless, the central bank has hinted at 3 upcoming cuts sometime this year. These cuts would mark the first decrease since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. Currently, the federal funds rate is at its highest level in more than 23 years.
The federal appeals judges are quickly putting a controversial immigration enforcement law in Texas back on hold, following an earlier U.S. Supreme Court decision lifting an even earlier stay on the law. The Biden administration has sued, claiming officers of the state of Texas have no authority to enforce federal immigration law. New York Attorney General Letitia James suggesting Donald Trump pay cash for his $450 million civil fraud penalty. On Wednesday, she told the appellate court that the former president has failed to explore all his options for meeting the obligation. Unless the appellate court intervenes on Trump's behalf, James is likely to begin taking steps to seize some of Trump's assets to pay for the judgment. More viewers are turning on streaming services for entertainment, news, and sports these days. According to a new Nielsen report called The Gauge, February streamer viewership was at its highest in 6 months. It found that over a third of all TV viewership is on streaming platforms. That's compared to 27% on cable and 23% on broadcast. That 37% share of streaming service watchers is the highest since August 2023. This is USA News.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer. And again, airfare...
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. 800-215-5141.
That's 800.
Hey, listeners, Rob here, and I'm excited to welcome Abby from the Color Bar, where they're all about meeting every community need with continuous innovation.
Thanks, Rob. We're thrilled to evolve, offering stylish cuts for kids, men, and women, alongside expert coloring services.
That's fantastic. What's new and exciting in the world of the Color Bar?
We're always adding to our repertoire. Whether it's trendy cuts for all ages or dynamic coloring techniques, our team is geared up for it.
That's great to hear. Any sneak peek into future plans?
Our community drives us, Rob. Stay tuned for more services on the horizon, ensuring we cater to everyone's unique tastes.
Exciting times ahead. And Abby, tell us about the Color Bar's locations.
We're not just in one spot, we're spreading the magic in multiple locations. You can find us in Huntsville and Conroe.
Fantastic. So listeners, for a stylish experience with the Color Bar, visit colorbartx.com or call 936-439-4972. With multiple locations, they're here to give you a look that feels uniquely yours.
We can't wait to welcome everyone to the Color Bar.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hey friends, Rob Hip here. As a guy, jewelry's not really my thing. I never know what I'm looking for. I feel uncomfortable, and I just don't understand how certain things look good together. But that's why I depend on Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Whenever Bridget and I wanted to get engaged, we said, we need to go to a place to where someone's going to take care of us. They're going to make me feel comfortable as a guy, but they're also going to take care of her needs as well. So I went into Elliot's, and he was so gracious and compassionate with my understanding, and I wanted something that looked a little masculine for my engagement band, and he said, I've got the perfect thing for you. And he found some white hammered gold that was trimmed in 14 karat gold, also put a diamond on that ring to signify my love for Bridget, and as we grow and our family grows, we can put a diamond around the rest of those. So friends, if you're looking for someone that is dedicated to customer service, that understands the needs of people and does what's right all the time, there's nobody better than my friend. It's Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com. All right, Huntsville, back at it. Hey, I just did something on our restream, so let me know if the audio sounds a little bit better. I forgot to do this over the last month. Nobody said it, but you know how it is. Like, you're in audio production, so you'll notice things.
Oh, yeah.
That no one else will notice.
Yeah.
And our audio, I went back and listened, and I just started thinking, Pablo, like, our audio has not been that great over the last couple of months. And there's a feature in this restream that we use. And one reason I had it turned on is when we call people on our text line, it reverbs back if I don't have echo cancellation in there. It's just a weird setup with the mixer that I use. And so I used to have this noise suppression and echo cancellation turned on. Well, then that disables stereo audio and high resolution audio. So I just turned those off. And let us know on your end how we're sounding this morning. Many of you are already joining us. So let us know how that audio is coming through. Does it sound any better? Do you notice anything different? Let us know. The big difference is going to be when we call someone on our text line here in a little bit. Is it going to echo back in their ear? Because, it creates a loop. And so we got to make sure that that's working okay. But let us know. Hey, does my face look red to you?
Not really.
But look at it on the screen. Do you see that, Pablo? Look how red that. Bridget noticed this. Look at that, dude. So I'm taking like some like steroids, legitimate, prescribed. I'm not trying to get buff. Don't worry, Pablo. I got enough buff right here. It's hidden. But
hitting that T.
Yeah, hitting that T, dog. But yeah, see, Matthew says it's red. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. Bridget noticed it.
I didn't notice it.
Bridget saw it last night. She says, "Why is your face so red?" I have no idea.
It could be an allergy. It could be dry skin. Most likely, probably an allergy. If it's or you're coming down with something.
I'm coming off of something.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, because last week apparently, like I may have had some sort of flu and didn't realize it. And I was feeling pretty rough last week. And here's the deal: a lot of those temporal thermometers are a joke. They don't work that well.
Yeah.
Have you ever checked your temperature and then all of a sudden it's like 97, but you feel horrible, and then you go grab another thermometer and you're like, "Oh, I probably had a fever for 2 days because it was like 103."
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like maybe that's what was going on last week and didn't realize it. And so the doctor and the children hadn't been feeling too good, and they're almost 100% now. Like our little boy, thank goodness he's been feeling good for the last 2 days now. So he's back at school today. My daughter's feeling a lot better, but the doctor, I just told him, I said, I just feel ran down. I've been weak. And he goes, "Let's put you on some antibiotics. Let's put some steroids in you." And so it's kind of like a Z-Pack type steroid deal, but it's one of those where you start out like it's 8 days and you start out with 8 pills on the first, and then it just gradually trickles down.
Yikes.
Till you get to that last one. So maybe that's what it is.
Are you drinking enough water?
Not enough.
That might be to it too.
What's your water intake every day, Pablo? Pretty heavy?
Fairly.
Are you coffee right now this morning?
I'm coffee right now because that's the first thing I do.
Straight coffee, or do you mix it with anything?
Just a creamer.
Just a little Russian vodka?
I don't do, little Baileys, hot toddy. But I don't use sugar. I let the creamer be the sweetener. So
I learned it's a pet peeve of mine. People say a hack is an IT guy. I'm like, no, a hack is like you legitimately know how to break into something. But we're in a society now to where it's called life hacks or whatever. So a little hack, if you will. Take a protein shake and use that as your creamer in the coffee, and it's amazing. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
And it's really good. And it's kind of healthy for you.
One thing you don't want to do that I used to do is put coconut oil in your morning coffee.
That seems like it would float to the top and just have this nasty film.
When you blend it, it becomes, with heavy whipping cream and a little bit of the coconut sweetener, it almost creates a latte like texture and taste. It's really good, and it's called a bulletproof coffee, but it goes right through you. You do not get.
That's why you're bringing this up.
Do not get stuck in traffic.
Oh man!
Do not take it before going to work. Just if you got the day off, maybe consider it. It's okay.
Or if you have a procedure the next morning at 5 a.m. and you don't want to drink the stuff they give you.
Yeah. If you don't want the green dye, just
Oh man!
But that's 2 tablespoons of coconut oil.
That's a lot, Pablo. That's good stuff. Well, Pablo Perez is here joining us from the Color Bar. They are your neighborhood experts in all things hair care. I know that they have a deal going on for extensions right now. You can find out more. Make sure that you follow the Color Bar on Facebook if you don't mind, friends. And super simple to follow them. Just facebook.com/Color Bar HTX. That's Color Bar HTX. And make sure that you go by and like the page right now and follow it. We appreciate Justin. I wanted to give Justin a shout out real quick. He's such a hardworking young man. And, we have a lot to be thankful for Justin, because when we started this platform, Justin immediately wanted it on board. He goes, "I love the concept. I love the idea of promoting the good in the community." And Justin has been so instrumental in helping to connect us to multiple people. We have Denise Winston that's on here, and she brings on exchange students once a month. That connection was because of Justin. When I think of folks like Tiffany Gobble and Ken Gobble, they have Pinch and Plate, which is now exclusively a catering business. They did have a physical restaurant, but just finding employees to staff restaurants is not easy these days. But they're still doing an amazing thing through their catering side of the business. Tiffany's the general manager over at Cafe Texan. Just great people. Again, Justin connected us to them. And I could name 10 other people off of each one of my fingers that he has connected and helped be a part of the show. And so, I appreciate him and his marketing. Coming up in May, the Thursday spot is going to open up, and it's not a negative thing. I did want to just go ahead and let it out there, and Justin will explain more coming up in the next month or so. But it's going to be cool because we're working on some new marketing ideas with the Color Bar. So it's a new way we want to continue to engage the audience that we have, but we want to really draw in maybe a younger audience as well. And so we've got some really cool ideas that we're going to be working on. But I did want to say, get out there, support your local business. When you support the Color Bar, you're helping guys like Pablo. Pablo had a situation come up here a couple of days ago. And, without your support, it could have been a different story for this little cat, Pablo. Tell us what happened to the little cat, man. Pablo's a cat guy, so let us know what happened, Pablo.
My cat climbed up the chimney and got out of the chimney and onto the roof. And my girlfriend had texted me. She's like, I can't find her anywhere. And I was like, no. She was on the ottoman when I left, And last thing I said was, be good for mama. And I was like, so she's around there. No, I don't. And my girlfriend's like, I don't feel her in the house, And that's when I got scared because, they have a connection. And I was like, yikes. And so she's tripping out and she's texting me. And I'm like, I have a guest. Finally, I was done. And I had said, I got to run home real quick. Went home. And that's how we found out. Straight up. So I spent my weekend sealing that chimney up. I was like, not today.
How did the cat climb up? Was it covered in soot?
No, that's the amazing thing. So the chimney had no flute. And it's just straight up, it's an old house. So, and I didn't realize this, but when I was on the roof looking down, I was like, it is scary just looking down, because the house is pretty tall. And I was looking down, I'm like, this cat climbed up this way? There's no way. She's probably, this cat has a soul of like a 6'5", benches 450 kind of person, because there's just no way. But she's just, but when you watch her around the house, she's on everything.
So what did you drive up and see the cat on the roof or what?
No, she got her when she called her, she jumped down and came to her,
So she saw her though physically up on the roof,
and she was just like, so that's how we knew. And I was like, her chimney is on the bottom. It's just got all these. We just made shift something real quick until I could get up in there, but it's just ridiculous. It's just boxes and stuff covering the chimney, and I thought this cat's pretty crazy. But when you look up cat videos, she's not the only one, so I don't feel like, oh God, But it was crazy.
So see, when you support the Color Bar, you're supporting Pablo, in return supporting his cat because Pablo had to seal up this chimney. So you indirectly are responsible as a guest of the Color Bar for saving this little cat's life.
And I can't just let anything happen to her because that cat's famous. I wrote 2 songs about her. So
yeah, this is it. My sister was saying that is an amazing cat. My sister's a cat lady, by the way. And she says, I'm glad she's okay.
Me too. That would have been a very bad day.
We do have some friends joining us this morning. Hey, a little bit earlier, we asked this question. Many of you replied. We said, what are some things that you do now as an adult that you absolutely hated as a child, that you couldn't stand to do as a child? And many of you are joining us for the first time this morning so far here today. Let us know as well. If you're not one of the early risers that gets up with us, other folks are joining us. We'll go to some of these here in just a moment. By the way, Robbie, our good friend, the Hunts Vegas Jeep guy, drove by a while ago. He said the waiting music sounded like it was from the 70s. That was, when we first come on, we have this little, this is a different one. Okay, that's not it. It's this one right here. It's kind of got that 70s funk to it. It's actually called Serious Funk.
It sounds like the intro to Starsky and Hutch.
Well, that's the music that we play. And so Robbie was saying the waiting music sounded from the 70s and now the handshake. He loved that handshake a while ago, by the way.
That is Huggy Bear's theme song.
He said that no, he says here, we're talking about excitement of Friday. And I personally don't get excited about a Friday. He said, and no, Friday is still exciting. Just the energy in the air is better. I kind of noticed that maybe, a little bit of a different energy on a Friday.
There's always less traffic on a Friday.
I can tell you one thing. It's definitely different than a Monday.
Yeah.
But I don't get wrapped up in like, oh, it's Monday. Here we go. I'm more like, all right. Now, Karen and I joke around on Monday morning. She's with me from Walker County Federal, and we joke around like, oh, it's Monday. But in all seriousness, I don't like get all depressed about a Monday. I'm kind of excited for a new week, new opportunities. New
I'm
things
off
are
on
happening.
Monday, so I love them.
Those are your days, man.
Sundays and Mondays.
I was talking to somebody the other day. It was Dr. Godwin. Have you been over to the Natural Science Museum here in Huntsville?
No.
Oh, you'll love this, man. You walk in, 3 stories, the old high school here in Huntsville. The university owns the building now. And there's a gentleman over there that's in charge of this. And I'm going to have him on the show sometime. He was just so dynamic to talk to, very passionate about what he does. But they have fossils, they have insects, they have things, parasites. They got fish bottled up in bottles with that alcohol juice, whatever, to preserve them. I mean, 3 stories of this stuff, and it's right here in Huntsville. They've got just display after display. It's like these drawers that you pull out of nothing but butterflies. It's really cool. And you'd think like, oh, that's not that interesting. It is interesting once you go and start looking at all this. But we were talking to him yesterday, and he said, do you realize how many people from outside of Huntsville know about this community because of the things that we have here? He was talking about a politician like Newt Gingrich, because and there's all these people that you would never think are into the science thing. And he was mentioning something, I think it was a plumber that was real big into collecting fossils. He's like, he fixes people's pipes during the day, and at night he collects fossils and has some pretty awesome historical, things that go way back. But he was talking about, he goes, the one thing that I'm kind of bothered by is that, a lot of people refer to this community as the prison town, which it is because we have TDCJ, 9 different prisons, I believe.
And walls.
The walls, yeah.
That's kind of what I thought that this would be known for. Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
The breakout.
But he mentioned something really cool, as he said, but they really call them penitentiaries now, because what is the job of the state for convicted felons, folks that are incarcerated? What is their job of the state? It's to rehabilitate people now. It's no longer that you put someone in there and put them behind bars. For the ones that have committed really, really bad crimes that'll never get out, that's a different story. But for the most part, it is about, even if you are in there for life, it is about rehabilitation. And he said, it's why they call it a penitentiary, for penitence. I never thought about all this. And he said, I challenge people to start maybe thinking of Huntsville as a city of hope for these people. Not the prison city, but a place to where if you get in trouble and you do get locked up, there's an opportunity for you to rehabilitate. And I loved how he said that. And this was just the kind of guy that Dr. Godwin is. And I've never met him before. And so I want to get him on the show. But I started thinking, Pablo, like, you would love that place. My sister's watching. Rebecca, you would love this place. And my nieces, Zoe and Brianna especially, would love it. I mean, just floor after floor after floor of all of this just random stuff. The parasite part was a little scary. I was like, is this where COVID started? It wasn't, but it was still questionable.
I went to the Oddities and Curiosities Expo in Houston.
I could so see it, Pablo. I could see you there, dude.
So there was a lot of specimens and and formaldehyde jars. So it was all right. It was cool. But yeah, it was nice.
That is, you're like, you would like the Ripley's Believe It or Not stuff too, right?
Oh, I've been there many times. Yeah.
One in San Antonio?
San Antonio and LA.
So they have one in Houston, a Ripley's?
I do not know.
Well, they need to get one. So here's some more. Let's get back to some of these comments here. CH, going back to, what are some things as a child that you absolutely hated that now as an adult you love? This is a good one. CH on YouTube said cilantro. I never liked hot sauce growing up. I love it now.
Yeah.
Kyle Kreiner, another one. This is so funny, man. Another one. Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, that's true.
I love Brussels sprouts now.
Any vegetable, pretty much, right?
Robbie said this one. Long car rides. I don't mind a long car ride.
Yeah, if you got a good soundtrack.
That's one. Jamie Saucier, Santa Saucier, who does our signs, by the way, Saucier Woodwork, said getting up early. Getting up early was his. And then going back here to Robbie, said Thursday all day. It's a warrior mentality. Let's own the day. He was talking a little bit more about Thursday a little bit earlier. He also said a while ago when we were talking about the internet maybe going out because of the solar flares. He said 6 months and no internet may be a good thing.
That's what I think. I am a little bit for it. So
what would be? So let's think about this for a minute. All right, here we are today. How would this affect me? How would this affect you? It would affect me because this is the primary focus of our business.
Right.
We would be out of business for 6 months, Pablo. So
think about going to your bank. They can't access your account because they do everything on computer using the internet. So it's a database they use. So now you have no way of getting into your money, streaming services, out the door, just something simple like texting or calling somebody. And if you don't know their number by out the top of your dome, you're out of there.
I'm thinking like, how would I pivot? Because you always have to have a way to pivot. Seems like a marketing buzzword nowadays, but you do.
Me and my girlfriend are artists, so we have everything, the ability to do everything analog is what I'm saying. Like I can still record music and play it and perform it and record it, edit it, and master it without being online. I can do it all offline. I can still, she's an artist where she does everything. She draws and does woodwork, creates kinetic art. So she can do that without needing an iPad or anything, And half this stuff, we also have DVDs.
So you're good on the DVDs.
And we got like 8 bookshelves full of books. So we're good.
I would pivot this platform because obviously it's our website, hellohuntsvilletx.com. And it's this show, which is all internet. We would start hosting a live show. That's how I'd pivot. I'd market a live show. We just set up a tent and do it outdoors and invite people. And it would turn into like a morning breakfast hug and greet.
The Comedy Store in LA does that. They will do some of their shows. They'll have like little talk shows and they'll do it live. And you could do the same thing.
There it is. See, we've already figured out how to pivot if we need to, Pablo. So, well, let's take one final break. I want to get to what it is. It's the National Day of something.
Spray tanning?
Yeah, maybe, Pablo. I don't need it because I'm looking pretty red. You don't need it, man. You got a good glow to you, Pablo.
Year round.
Pablo's got a good glow. I've got this red weird glow going on. I don't need it. If you do need it, you know who can hook you up? Brittany Wright over at the Color Bar Tanning Salon can take care of that. It may be National Tanning Day. We'll figure that out in a moment. We'll get to some events that are happening coming up here this week. Tara Burnett has sent us a few things. We'll also highlight some of them that Michelle Cardenas, our intern and LEAP ambassador, has published on the website. And then we'll have our winner. Do want to remind you we are giving away $20 and a swag bag today. And all you got to do is text in the keyword BRIGHT along with your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0139. Our show is every Thursday made possible by the Color Bar. They are your neighborhood hair salon. Go by there today, just like the Horn family does. Linda, yeah, that's your client. That's your guest, Pablo. And she said she loves coming in to see you, just like Linda and many others. Go check out the Color Bar. Ask for Pablo or any of the staff there. They'll take great care of you, but especially Pablo since he's here with us today. We'll be back in a moment. We'll close it out when we come back. Stay with us. This is your show on a Thursday. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Trendsetters, join me in welcoming Abby from the Color Bar, the ultimate destination for a fresh look in 2024.
Excited to be here, Rob. We're transforming styles with the latest Bellamy extensions and vibrant colors.
Tell us about these game-changing extensions and the vibe for the new year.
With Bellamy's range and our unique color palette, everyone can find their perfect style. Think bold reds and chic pastels for 2024.
And the deals?
We're offering special financing on extensions and a complimentary conditioning with any color service in January.
Abby, how can listeners join in?
Well, that's easy. They can just visit colorbartx.com or call us at 936-439-4972. We're in Huntsville and Conroe, ready to make your year stunning.
Thanks, Abby. Folks, don't wait to reinvent yourself with the Color Bar's Bellamy magic.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
All right, Huntsville back at it now. Time 8:27. We move right along here on I was going to say cool Thursday. Matthew Johnson joining us from Minnesota. He said they got like 2 or 3 feet of snow on the ground, so I'm not going to say anything about it being cool here. Overcast and 57. Full disclaimer, by the way, Pablo Perez is joining us. He is with the Color Bar. Pablo, I do have to say something because every once in a while I kind of make up the weather. I'm true to my form, true to being a weatherman. I just kind of
I was going to say it's no different than a weatherman.
I just kind of pull it out of thin air and see what happens, and you can get away with it
if you believe it.
If you believe it, you just got to have a little bit of faith.
That's it.
If you had faith in my weather forecast this morning, probably should re-examine that because it will not clear up today. I tricked you. It was in the upper 50s. That was my guess. What I do is whenever I get out of the truck, I lick my finger, stick it up in the air, and that's just how I determine the weather.
It's worked for the Farmer's Almanac.
It's worked really well, but it didn't work this morning. Although I did get the temperature right. It's in the upper 50s, overcast, 57 degrees right now. That humidity, 93%. The winds have shifted a little bit more out of the northeast now, making it feel a little bit cooler. I told you it was going to be in the low to mid 70s. Totally wrong. I told you that the skies were going to clear. Totally wrong. In fact, the rain chances are going to stay about the same today. In fact, we may have had a chance of thunderstorms as this day goes on. 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Some of those storms a little bit later after 1 o'clock could be severe today. That high is only going to be in the mid 60s. The winds will shift more towards the east, gusting as high as 20 miles per hour. Again, 80% chance of rain. We could get up to a quarter or half an inch of rain. Well, Pablo, what happens tonight? More of the same. 80%, thunderstorms, severe, and a low of 56. Tomorrow on your Friday, the fabulous Friday, we will get it down to the upper 70s and only a little 10% chance of rain. How are you throwing a 10% for? That's not even worth it. But the weekend looks nice. 75 and sunny, clear skies. My kind of weekend, man. So there's your official weather forecast from the National Weather Service. I did want to mention, too, we have reached out. This is the nerd coming out big time, Pablo. We have reached out to the National Weather Service forecast office of Galveston and Houston, and we're going to have a meteorologist join us on our program here in the next couple of weeks just to give us more of an update. Skywarn trainings. If you've never been to a Skywarn training, it's pretty cool stuff. They teach you how to spot thunderstorms, how to report hail sizes, tornadoes, funnel clouds, all that stuff. And those classes are always free. They do some of them virtually, but I would encourage you to go in person. You can go to nws.noaa.gov for more information on those classes. Pretty cool stuff, man.
Just living in Oklahoma, we learned real quick how to spot wall clouds.
You should learn how to run real quick too in Oklahoma, right?
You got it.
So anyways, yeah, we're excited. And tomorrow on the show, I know I usually talk about what we're going to have at the very end of the show, but I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag. Anthony Antonides will be with us tomorrow. Maybe never heard of him, but he is the new general managing partner for the new Texas Roadhouse. And so make sure that you mark your calendars. Join us tomorrow at 7:30. We'll have Anthony on around 7:45 as he will give us updates. That has been the big buzz of the community for a couple of years now. It went from rumor to yes, it's happening. And now the construction is underway over by Home Depot off 45 on the north side of town. And that is going to be happening soon. By the way, you've seen the construction on I-45. And that's part of the TxDOT improvement plan. Plan A, Segment A, is what you're seeing currently being worked on. Segment B, the bidding, I believe, has just now opened. They haven't even bid that one out yet. But Section B will start immediately where this one finishes. And then all the way up, I think it's like 1869, one of those farm-to-market roads north of town. They are expecting this to be about a 7-year project. But it's going to be good for the community as Huntsville continues to grow. And this community, Paulo, I feel like it's growing in the right way. Do you kind of get that feel? You know, you've been around a lot of communities, but Huntsville is one of these really cool, like small town feel, but growing. But it still has that culture to it. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel that?
I can feel that, yeah. There's definitely the small townness of it, for sure. I don't think I get out enough to notice if it's...
You're chasing cats off of roofs and climb up chimneys is what it is, man.
I'm in my studio making music, since I don't hear anything.
Christine was asking if she can come by and get some rolls. You know, they have those rolls. Have you been to Texas Roadhouse? They have these bread rolls with cinnamon butter.
I don't think I've been there.
I don't know if they're going to have the rolls. He's going to have to be baking them in his kitchen if he's going to bring them. So I don't think that's going to happen tomorrow. But if we have them, we'll let you know. Also wanted to mention before we get over to our text line, the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. Hey, today is a great day to go to Learning RX. You know why? It's National Memory Day.
Oh, there you go.
National Memory Day. Also, Pablo, you were right. It is the National
Spray Tanning.
Pablo and I are going to go right after the show. So cancel all your appointments. We're going to go get a spray tan, Pablo.
I'm not going to be satisfied unless I'm orange.
It's also absolutely incredible Kids Day. I don't know what that is. I know my children are incredible, but I don't know. It must be something tied into Hollywood. National Countdown Day. So I guess, and see, these are the National Day calendar. I guess they ran out of stuff, so they just started creating their own. It's also National Farm Rescuer Day today.
Was this the day that Farm Aid was on in 81 or 84?
Who started? Did Willie Nelson? Was he real big pusher of that?
I think so. Geldof, because he had done the Hope for Africa.
That's right, yeah.
And so they had contacted him for, I believe, Farm Aid to help out with that too.
Well, it is National Farm Rescuer Day. National French Bread Day. I'm not a French bread guy.
What?
I'm not.
What?
I'm just not. Stuff's hard as a rock, man.
No. You're eating like...
I'm like eating week old French bread then?
Yeah, like baguettes or something.
I like Italian urban cheese. Are you a Subwayer?
No.
I shouldn't have asked this. Anything to do with like anything type of food?
Fast food? No. No.
How many children's teeth are they putting into each Big Mac now?
I don't know, but the DNA is there in the meat.
Next week, I'm going to bring you some McDonald's, man. We're going to trick you, Pablo, all right?
No.
National French Bread Day. Hey, it's National California Strawberry Day today. I'm not hating California, but I'm more of a Texas strawberry kind of guy.
Anything from California probably has children's DNA in it, too.
It's known to the state of California to cause something. And also, National Fragrance Day. What's your fragrance of choice, Pablo?
Right now, I'm wearing... Oh, crap. Mark something Paris. Don't think it's all fancy. I got it from Marshall's.
That's all right. I go to what is the ones like Marshalls or TJ Maxx?
Yeah.
And you know that it's like instead of like Tommy, it's Flamy.
Yeah, or no, it's like the brand, but it's like, oh man, I thought they stopped making that in 2015.
Well, sometimes it's the brand, but it'd be like Tommy, but they leave off one of the M's. So it's like Tomai. Tomai's pretty good. Or
my favorite is Smells Like.
Yeah, Smells Like.
Smells like CK1.
Oh, man. Good stuff today. Some events that are happening around town. I want to remind you can go to our website at hellohuntsvilletx.com. We do have to get rolling here in just a few moments. We will call our winner in just a few seconds. But if you head over to the website, Michelle Cardenas, our intern here with Hello Huntsville, she's with us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I wanted to bring this up, Pablo, because a lot of people don't realize we have the website, and our website is growing in traffic and popularity. I don't say this boastfully, but I mean, literally, if you search for almost anything in Huntsville, we're coming up now in the top 10 results on Google. Even you type in the color bar, our listing for you guys is there. You type in DCG chicken, number one result. We're working really hard behind the scenes, is why I'm bringing this up with our SEO, search engine optimization.
Have you been there?
Yeah, it's really good.
Is it?
It's really good. Yeah.
I love me some Mediterranean food.
And it's not fast food, Pablo. It's not fully processed. It's just a little bit processed.
Oh, man.
It's just a little bit of preservatives. Some events coming up. Hey, just a day away at the Hearts of Veterans Museum. And Tara Burnett was mentioning this earlier. We've got it up on the website. It's Charlie Mike Greet and Eat Veteran Resource Networking event. This is happening tomorrow. And again, Tara Burnett had told us about this too. And she mentioned on our stream that the Vietnam Veterans Day dinner Saturday at 6 p.m. at the Storm Shelter. This going on also. We invite the community out to welcome home these amazing Vietnam heroes. Candlelight ceremony at the wall after. That Veterans Wall, Pablo, is amazing behind the Hearts Museum. If you haven't been out there, get out there and check it out, man.
Absolutely.
There's going to be a book signing with Charles D. Jones, Chopper Blues, after the dinner. You can get your tickets today at the Hearts Veterans Museum of Texas. So thanks for bringing that up to us. And she did also mention that what we just said, that Charlie Mike Greet and Eat Resource Fair tomorrow at the Storm Shelter. She's inviting everyone to come out and see all the resources for our veteran community. I had a chance to go walk through the Hearts Veterans Museum on Tuesday with our HLI 42 class. Very somber. As I get older, I get a little more emotional. I don't say that in a joking around way, but it's just, you start realizing the reality of more things in this world. And I'm going to tell you, man, I was brought to tears when I walked through the Holocaust part of that museum. They had a dedication to the Holocaust victims. And we saw the movies growing up, like Sobibor and those things in school, but it doesn't hit you the same as when you're an adult. And the reality that, like, yes, this really happened.
Oh, yeah. My grandfather was in World War II.
It's horrible.
He had the pictures, and he was in the U-boats going onto the beach. And he would show, he's like, me and this guy, out of all these kids,
we're the only
ones that survived. And then going to the Holocaust Museum in Houston and New Orleans, it's eye-opening. It's eye-opening for sure.
Farmers market taking place this weekend as well. Also, our friends at Kappa Alpha, they're having a cookout. Sam Houston State University fraternity is kicking off Founders Day with live music and barbecue from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's going to be over at the Kappa Alpha House. More events happening. There is a pitch, hit, and run is the official skills competition of Major League Baseball. Pablo, you and I need to go over there to that. We may be Rojo Johnson, like Will Ferrell back in the day. That was his nickname, Rojo Johnson.
Yeah.
Playing minor league baseball. I think you and I can do it. So that's taking place. More of these events too. Grand opening. Kind of excited about this one. The Crystal Labyrinth is opening up here officially. They're right down the street, right next to Adler Family Toys off of Sam Houston. They're going to have a big grand opening on Saturday the 23rd. We mentioned the Vietnam's Veterans Day dinner. All of these events and more, our friends at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, early next week on Tuesday, they're going to open up their all-new Sam Houston community room. Very beautiful room. It's not just for funerals. They're going to open this up to the community to have events. I've been in the space. It's awesome.
People are dying to get in there.
They are, yeah. So that's going to be cool on Tuesday. Again, all of these events and more, go to our website at hellohuntsvilletx.com. And if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, do so, because we put those events in the weekly newsletter as well. You'll see articles and different resources. Sam Moak has a legal guide in there as well, so we wanted to make sure that we highlight that. Brittany Wright, by the way, over at the Color Bar Tanning Salon, saying that she is having their 1-year anniversary party at the tanning salon Saturday, 10 to 4, with some vendors and specials.
Time to get orange.
Yep. It will be Pablo Perez over there, doing the special tanning for you. So all right, Pablo, let's head over to our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line, and we're going to see if this thing echoes, because it's something new that I'm trying. And we do have a winner today. Got $20 cash and also a swag bag coming this gentleman's way today. And here we go.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Is it echoing back in your ear when you talk?
Not that I'm aware of.
Dude, I think we fixed it, Pablo.
There you go.
This sounds like BC on the phone. What's up, BC? How you doing, man? It's been a long time.
Oh man, just sitting fat down south.
What did you say? Sitting fat down south?
Yeah, buddy. No, sir, I'm actually sitting at my desk going over some paperwork and looking at numbers. So
sounds like a productive day for a change.
Oh, yes. No,
no, I'm just kidding. It's Billy Cawthon, not bull chicken. You know, when you hear BC, you think of bull chicken. It's not bull chicken.
Oh, yeah, that's the first thing that pops in my head for sure.
Mine is BC Rich.
BC Rich?
It's a guitar.
Oh.
Yeah, or BC Powder.
There you go. After playing the BC Rich.
BC Powder, there's some talcum. Billy, let me ask you a personal question. Do you use powder? Are you a powder guy?
Not really a powder guy.
You don't like, back in the day, you'd pop it in your shoes. You'd pop it after you take a shower. I'm not a powderer either.
Shower to shower.
Yeah. Does anyone do that stuff anymore? Powder?
I used to.
If you did a good enough job with the shower, you really don't need the powder.
This will be a discussion tomorrow, Billy, that we'll have on the show, man. Well, hey, buddy, I got $20.
Warning.
Yeah, get ready. Just start preparing now. $20 coming your way. Cash App or Venmo. I'll also have that swag bag for you. You can just pick it up tomorrow. And we appreciate you, man. Billy, I want to ask you a question. We're putting together a new promo reel. And I'm not doing this to toot our horn, but we do want to have some audio clips. You've been on this platform since we started. What is something that you really enjoy about, Hello Huntsville and the Good Morning Huntsville show, Billy?
I just hang on. Let me turn this radio down. I just love the fact that we can just be who we are and carry on just a friendly conversation.
I don't know if it's real friendly, but it's questionable. But I'll go with that. Okay, thanks, Billy.
I mean, do you want me to say that I get tired of you talking about Fargo, or?
Yeah, if you don't mind, Georgetown.
I'm trying to be cool to Georgetown right now because I'm still trying to get on the trip up there for the eclipse.
Yeah, talk to Greg about that one because I'm going back to Georgetown because we're going to be at almost complete totality in my hometown, and so I think that, and it's also my birthday, so I'm going to head to G-Town.
Isn't Burnett like the best place in Texas to see it?
Yeah,
I
spoke to a gentleman in Burnett yesterday, and he said that they had the city has already advised the residents to stay inside, go ahead and get your groceries. It's going to be a madhouse.
Hey, do you want to go to Burnett? I actually have property in Burnett, Billy. I didn't even think about it. I got a little lot, small little lake lot out there, man, that I need to go check it and make sure that ain't burned down. And I haven't been out there in like 5 years. But Billy, you want to go? Let's go to Burnett, man.
Brother, you driving, I'm riding.
Hey, buddy, you burn it. Hey, you brought it, you burn it, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, hey, Pablo's here with us from the Color Bar. He says hello. Billy, you haven't met Billy, have you?
I don't think so.
Billy, you need to come hang out with us on a Thursday when Pablo's here off camera. We got some really awesome intellectual conversations about what's going on behind the scenes that aren't disclosed in public media.
Well, me and intellectual go hand in hand, so.
Perfect. All right, brother. Well, hey, have a blessed day. It's Billy Cawthon over at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral. Billy, real quick, plug the community room, man. Grand after hours. Y'all having a grand opening Tuesday?
Yeah, we're doing the business after hours through the chamber. It'll be at 5:15 on Tuesday. It'll be an awesome time. Please come see the room, see the hard work. Just come spend a little time with us.
All right, we'll do it, buddy. Thanks. Have those tamales ready. I prefer the jalapeno ranch ones from HEB. So thank you all. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do, sir.
Yeah, I mean, if Jamie Salas can bring us little smokies, you can bring us jalapeno tamales. Thanks, Billy.
Later.
All right, later, buddy. There he is, Billy Cawthon, BC, not bull chicken. He is. I never even heard anybody call it that. So, Pablo, how do you want to wrap it up, man? What's going on in your world? How can people connect with you? Get the styling and profiling. Give us the whole nine, man.
They can just either book online through the Color Bar, Texas, and call the salon.
colorbartx.com. You can say book an appointment. Make sure you choose Huntsville because you're not in Conroe.
Right.
So choose Huntsville. You'll see Pablo Perez, and you can learn about some of these stories that Pablo and I talk about off camera if you go by and see him.
Yeah.
These are $1 million stories, by the way.
I think my Instagram is Pablo.colorbarhtx. I think.
He's got a new one coming soon. Cats on Roof is the next one.
Cats on a hot tin roof.
Cats on a hot tin roof. So, all right. Well, Huntsville, we love you. We appreciate you. Our friend Jamie Salas from Osprey Stores hanging out in the studio with us today. We appreciate her coming by. And she's got some great events that are coming up at Osprey too. So you know what, Jamie, we're going to have you on. We want you to schedule a time and tell us about, she's having an eclipse party here in Huntsville, also getting ready for the scavenger hunt that's coming up. So Jamie has just been running and gunning, man. So that's what it's all about. We love you, Huntsville. That'll wrap it up. Tomorrow, join us, Anthony Antonides. I just like saying his last name, Antonides. Double A, joining us tomorrow to talk about the all-new Texas Roadhouse coming up. And then next Friday, David Valdez, the former photographer for George H.W. Bush, President H.W. Bush, will be on with us remotely as he's highlighting some great things that they're going to be doing out at the Bush Presidential Library in College Station. So we're really excited. Got some really cool shows. And we always hear from local folks, which are just as important as well. That'll wrap it up. We appreciate everyone. Appreciate the Color Bar, Pablo Perez, and all of our friends. As I end every show, reminding you here this Thursday that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until next time, we'll see you at 7:30 tomorrow. Good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. Have a great day. Pablo, thanks for being here, man. A lot of fun today.
Yeah.